Warning: the following podcast contains adult language and childish comedy. Listener discretion is advised. And now, please adjust your headphone volume to an unreasonable level and enjoy the most dynamic and electrifyingly entertaining podcast ever to conquer cyberspace. This is
Amish Baby Machine.
Hello, friends, and welcome to the most powerful podcast ever created, the Amish Baby Machine Pop Culture Podcast, starring me, Dags. Today we have a powerful episode, and speaking of power, across this powerful oaken desk is our powerfully assistant manager, Mike Rez.
Powerful. What's up, Dags? How's it going, everybody? Flock, I hope you're doing well.
It's all good. How are you?
Loving it. It's the weather here in Minnesota is turning to that great coolness. The only problem is the tires on my car are getting low on tire pressure because of the cool weather.
Yes, that's a phenomena in the great state of Minnesota and up north there. Remember, we got to do more Minnesota shtick.
Oh, yeah, I forgot.
Yeah, we got to talk about jumper cables and up north at the cabin and
My tire pressure gauge, I'm taking that out there today.
drinking beer.
Yeah, we're going to check it out. It's quite amazing, but if you take some long trips, you warm up the tire air, the molecules expand a little bit, and it cools your car into thinking that your tire pressure is great.
That sounds like science.
It is.
Stop blinding me.
Science with your assistant manager.
Yes, hello, friends. If you're new to this powerful podcast, what we talk about is food, music, movies, beer, everything pop culture, and everything in between. And we're going to do more Minnesota stuff because Mike Rez is from the great state of Minnesota.
They talk about some paranormal phenomenon that happened to me on Saturday.
Are you familiar with Paranomia?
No, what's paranomia?
It's a powerful song by The Art of Noise and Max Headroom. I'm going to need you to check it out.
The Max Headroom?
Yes,
Wow.
powerful. Go ahead with your scary ghost story.
All right, so on Saturday, doing my one of my radio shows on WFNU. You know the station well because you've been to the station.
I have. It's in a church, I
Right.
believe.
Church basement, yes. Right off the gym that nobody uses. So I'm there Saturday doing my show. After the show, my co-host leaves, and I'm there alone editing my show like I usually do when I'm there on Saturdays. No big deal. Been there. Well, the station's been at that building for 2 years now, so just edit it, throw it up, and then go on my way.
Edit and forget it.
Right. So I'm editing, and I hear the organ playing. It's a church, and I hear a choir singing. It's a church, thinking, wow, choir practice on a Saturday. I haven't heard that in a while. So editing, listening to their singing, and then their singing stops, and I'm finishing my editing, thinking no big deal. So I'm leaving, and as I'm leaving, I'm expecting to see lights on in the sanctuary, lights on in the church, and to be bumping into people because they finished up within about 5 minutes of when I finished up. I walk out, Dags. All the lights are still off except for the one hallway light that I left on. Nobody's in the sanctuary. It's pitch black in that area of the church.
Wow.
Yes.
What's going on?
I don't know. And I heard music. I'm not one to make this kind of shit up. There was music playing. There was singing going on.
Let me ask you this. Were you drinking?
No, it was a little too early to be doing that.
Were you doing psychedelics?
Like mushrooms,
Shrooms?
LSD.
Whoa. Acid? Peyote?
Ecstasy.
Powerful. Not ecstasy. Oh, you were talking about you were in ecstasy.
I was in ecstasy.
Yes, due to your editing.
Right.
Powerful.
Yeah, it's crazy.
We love ghost stories. By the way, today's powerful episode is going to be about a ghost blimp.
Yes. That's also a nutty story.
Yes, the L8 the mystery of the ghost blimp. So make sure you stick around for this whole powerful episode. Don't just listen 5 minutes and head out. Enjoy the whole episode. We got a great show today. As always, beer review, song of the day, powerful ghost story about a ghost blimp. It's going to be a great show.
If anybody in the flock has a good ghost story, let us know. I want to hear more ghost stories.
Yeah, I want to do ghost busting.
Like with the proton pack and a trap and
Yes.
the flowers are still standing.
I want to do ghost busting. I want to bust some ghosts.
Gonna bust on a ghost?
Powerful. God, this is going to be a great show today.
Hell yeah.
You know what?
What?
You know what I heard, though?
What's that?
Speaking of food, because I'm going to start speaking about food, Taco Bell's at it again.
I heard.
They got rid of their Mexican pizza.
Come on, man.
What do you think of that? By the way, I'm asking, what do you think of my powerful Joe Biden sample? Listen to that.
Come on, man. Come
Oh.
Come on, man.
With a remix.
Yes, powerful Joe Biden. Oh my God.
He's got his own thoughts on Taco
Yes.
Bell too.
He does.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
What's going to be left on their menu?
Chicken wings.
Damn.
I know. What's going on? What is your favorite Taco Bell delicious food?
For a long time, it was the double-decker taco. You got the soft corn or the soft flour tortilla wrapped around the hard shell.
Yes.
That's what I love. That you get a supreme. It was awesome.
Yes.
Get the cream cheese. I like that. The chalupa was good. The gordita was good. I like those. We used to have like a chili cheese burrito in high school. They would serve that Taco Bell item in the cafeteria. So we crushed a lot of those in high school.
Powerful. I enjoyed the enchilada. I did like the Mexican pizza. That was good. I like the spicy tostada. Did I mention the beef Mexi melt? I enjoyed that.
Yeah,
Yes.
you did now.
I see. I'm just overwhelmed
Yeah, we should do
by
a
Sorrow or George Soros or something.
we should do an ode to Taco Bell menu items past.
Yes.
Do a whole episode on that.
It's had a powerful history. We used to have Zantigos around here in Minnesota.
I forgot. I think there's like one or two left.
Yes. Zapatas, Zantigos, Taco Bells.
Actually,
There's still Taco John's.
as you mentioned Zantigos, I believe in Highland Park, right where Davern and West 7th and Highway 5 kind of intersect there.
That is a small part of St. Paul, Minnesota.
Yeah, there used to be a Taco Bell there. It's a Zantigos now.
Whoa.
Yes.
So it went away and came back.
Yeah, it was reborn as a Zantigos.
I remember that was right across the street from a strip club, if I remember correctly.
Oh, you mean the apartment buildings?
Oh,
They tore down the strip club.
they did.
The funny thing about that Taco Bell location, when the gorditas first came out, they had these giant window clings, and the dining room was around the corner from the front of the where the cash registers were. So the employees couldn't actually see what was going on in the dining room area. The gorditas window cling became a decoration on our wall in our apartment.
How did that happen?
It ended up in my pants somehow.
Wow.
Yes, the whole window, it was, we could see like a 19-year-old trying to walk out of there with a folded window cling in his pants.
Wow. So no one noticed?
Oh, absolutely not. That
Wow.
I know of.
Powerful story of powerful St. Paul memories.
Yes, back in the hoodlum days.
Yes, I love Taco Bell, and it's kind of sad that they're getting rid of the Mexican pizza.
Come on, man.
I don't know.
Joe Biden's really upset about this. Calm down, Joe.
Yes, now he's happy.
Ah,
Powerful. We got Taco Bell getting rid of their Mexican pizza. We have ghost blimps. It's going to be a great show.
right. We have ghost choirs.
Yes. Is that your first paranormal experience, your first ghostly experience?
It's the first one that I think I've ever said out loud to anybody other than my family. I've had a couple others that have probably happened. I'm pretty sure it wasn't the first time, but I should mention, at no time did I ever feel like there was some kind of evil demonic thing going on there.
So you were at peace. You were
Yeah, it was freaked out. I was freaked out. It's like,
yes,
holy
but you
shit.
weren't. There was no sense of dread.
No. It was just one of those, when you're a kid and you turn off the lights in your basement, then you run up the stairs as fast as you can because you're sure someone's going to get you.
Yes.
That's what it was. It was like, I got to get out of here right now.
Was there cobwebs involved?
Oh, that would have been sweet. Cobwebs that weren't there before. It's like, oh no.
Why are they called cobwebs and not just spider webs?
It's a good question.
It is.
Made mostly of dust, though, aren't
I'm
they?
going to need you to look it up.
I didn't lose my glasses or anything. I was falling around on the floor.
Yeah.
My glasses!
You didn't lose your contact lenses.
Right.
Powerful. Now, I want to get into, you enjoyed some beverages.
I did.
Speaking of energy beverages, what did you drink right now to get you amped, to get you primed for the most powerful podcast ever created, the Amish Baby Machine Pop Culture Podcast?
Yeah, and usually I sip on these things throughout the show, and this time I downed this thing before the show even started. It was only in a 12-ounce can, but still, I'm usually, I can, nurse these things out a little bit. I enjoyed the Monster Max Rad Red today. More of a cherry-flavored, zero sugar energy drink from Monster. I think on the last show, it's still kind of the same line where it's that nitrous infused energy drink. That's what this is, still down that same line, but this is the zero sugar part of it. Last week, I don't think it was zero sugar, but pretty good. It's really delicious. It's filled with nitrous, no artificial flavors, no artificial sugars, sweeteners, anything like that. There is no age limit on here, so you can be under 18 and enjoy this. Yeah, usually it says 18
and normally
and over.
they have scary warnings on there for kids.
Yeah, you will die if you drink this if you're under 18.
So kids, if you're listening, drink up.
Yes, Monster Max, zero sugar.
And while we're on the topic of beverages, you have an actual beer review today.
Yeah, and I want the flock first after this episode. Go visit our YouTube channel and go see the other.
Yeah, let's
review.
get into the pimping our social media. We're going to need you guys to follow us on Twitter at Amish Bee Machine. Go to Instagram, follow us on Instagram. Subscribe, like, comment on our powerful YouTube channel starring Mike Rez.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're lucky, you can see one of my powerful knives.
Yeah, it was very scary.
What'd you think of that? That thing was scary, wasn't it?
It was. It was a longer and bigger than I thought it would be.
Yes, I've heard that many times. Now, I'm going to need you to go to every social media you can think of. Look up Amish Baby Machine. A great way to also support our powerful podcast is Patreon, patreon.com. Also have links on amishbabymachine.com. And please buy our merch.
Please.
As we speak right now, it's on sale, but who knows when you're going to listen to this.
It'll probably be on sale again.
Yes. We have hoodies, we have stickers, we have masks, we have tank tops, we have wall art, we have mugs, everything you need. And I have tens of thousands of different designs. I think I have over 15 original designs.
That's crazy.
Yes.
You have a lot of time on your hands.
Yes. Not just the logo. I have powerful biker version. I have powerful everything. I'm going to need you to go there, amishbabymachine.com. Check out our merch. I got powerful links there. And Mike Rez, we're going to give away some more movies. We have some powerful digital downloads that we're going to talk about.
Yes. I can't wait. I'm excited about that.
Yes. So that being said, let's get into your powerful beer review.
All right. So I posted a picture last week, or within the last week, of this recording. And if you want to go to @MikeRezRadio on Twitter to follow me there, you'll see a picture of this can, which is very, very plain, but it does the job. It is the Modist Brewing Company Supra Deluxe Japanese style lager. The can itself is just a black label with the Modist Brewing logo on it, and it says Supra in English, and I believe in Japanese as well, right underneath it. This is a beer that is brewed with rice. So not just your typical beer ingredients. There's another big corporate beer that uses rice, tastes like shit. This beer tastes pretty good, actually, because you can control the ingredients a little bit more when you are a craft brewery. Like I said, it's brewed with rice. The color and head on this Dags is the head of the beer is pretty good. I like to judge a lot of craft beers based on what you get head wise.
Yes.
It was actually nice. The color itself though is really light. I mean, it's almost it's not clear, but it's way on the light side.
Now, is this considered a Pilsner?
It's a lager.
It's a lager.
Yeah, so it's a Japanese style lager. It's not very strong in taste. It's about a 5% alcohol by volume. But I enjoyed 3 of them.
Whoa,
The first
one
night.
after another.
One right after another.
Now, as you know, I'm probably going to ask the same questions over and over
Right.
and go over something you already mentioned because I don't actually listen to you.
No.
But carry on.
Yes. So like I said, I enjoyed it. It tastes really good. I would give this a 3.5 out of 5 pint glasses.
Whoa.
Yeah, it was. I finished the last one a couple days ago, but I'm gonna get this again. Actually,
Great. So on YouTube, you reviewed powerful video on the Saison by Funkworks Brewing, and then you did their white beer.
yes, and that one you'll have to watch that.
Yeah,
one.
you got to check it out. We're not going to give you everything here
I'm
free,
not
man.
gonna. Yeah, what the hell?
You got to go to YouTube. You got to subscribe, like, and comment because it's all about the powerful algorithms.
That's right. If you subscribe, like, comment, and share in that order, I will say thank you.
Yes, and by the way, podcasts, please leave a review on our podcast. 5-star rating is the highest. If you leave that, you will unlock the secrets to Mike Rez's beard.
That's right. It might not happen all at once, but it'll eventually happen. But the beard has many secrets.
Out of the last couple of beers you reviewed, are they getting better? Are they different, or what's going on?
They're different. So with the different styles, like the Saison is different than a white, which is different than this lager brewed with rice. It's all about the flavor profile and how your taste buds go on vacation.
Now, do we know, or do you have to go get a new batch of beers, or do you still have some to review?
I can pull some from the batches that I've had recently because I think I've had over 13 beers in the last 2 to 3 weeks.
Whoa.
So we've got plenty in store.
I need to review something.
Yeah, I thought you were gonna do some sodas, right? Some craft sodas.
I need do some craft sodas. I need to do some fast food.
Yeah,
I need just to do it.
yeah. And the guys at the Top 6 podcast sent me an actual map of where I could buy some stuff that they want me to review.
What kind of beer was that?
It was a pumpkin beer.
It's pronounced pumpkin.
Pumpkin. It's really good. I like pumpkin beers are nice. So we're gonna give that a try. I'm going on a field trip. It's not that far from where I live, but still a field trip.
Whoa, that's going to be cool. We have that to look forward to. Are you going to do a powerful video review on that one also? I think you should.
Should we do both?
Well, in fact, what I think you should do is you could do a little vlog maybe of your journey.
My journey.
Yes, your journey to the brewery, your interaction with the people. Is it all like touchless and no contact, and they put it in a weird tube and
Well, it's in
shoot it into you, or
it's
what?
at a liquor store. So this brewery is actually in, I think, Pennsylvania or something like that.
Whoa.
Yeah. So, but we're gonna check it out because the guys from Top 6 have brought it up a couple of times.
We are excited for your powerful review of the pumpkin beer.
Yeah, I can't wait. It's Oktoberfest season too, so we're gonna get some
Whoa.
Oktoberfest. I think
You
I
should
might
wear
do.
like one of those outfits.
You mean like not just on Friday nights?
Yes, not just on Friday nights.
Oh, okay. I could do that.
Powerful cosplay.
Yeah, I think we're gonna have to do a couple different Oktoberfests to see which brewery. You know what? I think if we would have put some more time into it, maybe we'll do this for next year. Is do a Oktoberfest top 8 style bracket tournament and have people vote on it or
Yeah,
something.
that's a good idea. You should do an Amish Baby Machine Fest too.
Ooh, that'd be sweet.
Thank you for your powerful review, Assistant Manager Mike Rez.
Thanks for listening to
Now,
it.
you've been very busy lately. I also tasked you to pick Song of the Day.
Yes. I think it's a very fitting for our main topic. The song of the day is Sky Pilot by Eric Burdon and the Animals. This is a 1968 song that was released on the album The Twain Shall Meet. When it was released as a single, Dags, because of its length, it was released on both sides. And then it was turned into a part 1 and a part 2.
So you had to flip over the record?
You did, yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah, isn't that crazy?
That's cool.
Yeah. So it reached number 14 on the US pop charts and number 15 on the Canadian
Hold
RPM
on.
chart.
So what you're saying is there's two sides of the record?
Come on, man.
I don't. Joe Biden even knows
Yes.
that's too much sometimes. Yeah, you got to flip
Powerful.
it over. The song is about a military chaplain who sees pilots off before their raid, and then in the middle of the song, it's about what he's thinking and what he's doing while they're at the raid, and then the end of the song is them coming back. So it's like a ballad of the story of this chaplain that is watching these pilots go off in World War II.
That's cool.
Yeah, like I said, 7 minutes, 27 seconds. That's the original length. Part 1 and part 2. So part 1 was 2:55. Part 2 was 4.5.
Whoa, that's like when you DJ, that's like a go take a poop song.
Right? Yeah, exactly.
Yes, mine when I was a powerful DJ.
Wait, can I guess what it was?
Yeah, did I already tell you before?
No, but I think I know what it is. Was it Meatloaf?
It was Paradise by the... Did you really know that?
Do you know why? Do you know why I know that?
Why?
Because that was my break song when
Oh
I
my
used
God.
to DJ.
That's true.
Yeah, that was.
If you want to hear another epic fail, I was one time many moons ago. I did a 50s DJ night, and the thing, if you don't know about 50 songs,
2 minutes long each.
if you're lucky. So what you do, and back then everything was in milk crates, and you had to pull up the records. And you're pulling up the records, getting them all queued up. And then I still remember, wah, bam, lam, lam, bam, boom, just dead air. I didn't have anything queued up. And then I had to go, I meant to do that. It's like, oh my God. Yes, Paradise by the Dashboard Lights.
It doesn't get any easier when you do CDs and stuff. Sometimes you hit the wrong CD, stop because you think you're queuing up CD 2, but it's actually CD 1, and you stop CD 2, and everyone looks at you and you go, shit.
Yes, powerful.
Oh, yeah, DJ days, right?
Powerful DJ stories from Micah Rez and DJ Dags.
That's right. This song was used in a couple TV shows, in Eastbound and Down in the season 1 finale, and it was also used in the motion picture Zodiac, and it also appeared on the Zodiac soundtrack. Have you seen Zodiac?
I have not. Is it good?
It's pretty good. Talks about the Zodiac killer. In the 70s, it's kind of a long movie, and it's kind of like 2 different parts, even though it's the same story, but it's pretty good movie. But nonetheless, song of the day, Sky Pilot by Eric Burdon and the Animals. You have a story about Eric Burdon, don't you?
Well, I have enjoyed him in concert.
Did he sing this song?
I can't remember if he actually played it, but I remember, what's that? I dreamt I was in a Hollywood movie. I drink that wine. Blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that song rocks, and House of the Rising Sun, obviously.
Yep.
It's the Animals. It was Eric Burdon and the Animals.
And the Animals.
The videos are cool if you ever watch any of the old videos.
Yeah, there's a couple of cool videos on YouTube. Some of them, of course, throw in old.
He'll
pictures.
usually do his rap before he gets into it or describe the song.
Yep. He was still performing this song live as of 1999.
Whoa.
Yeah. So that's crazy.
So I probably did hear him sing it then.
Probably, yeah. Oh, and he did a power metal version on his album, the official live bootleg 2000.
Whoa, power metal version.
Power metal, whatever power metal is. Let's click on that and see what the heck power metal is.
What's your opinion on when people do, like someone from a different genre of music does a cover of it?
I don't know. It kind of depends on who it is. That's barrier number 1.
Yeah.
And then I don't know. I guess we'll have to see, because there's people's style of music are different.
Yeah.
Billy Joel Armstrong from Green Day is doing a version of Tiffany's I Think We're Alone Now.
Oh my God.
It's horrible.
Yes.
Can't stand it.
Yeah. I think, and then you have to like it because it's Johnny Cash or it's Tom Jones.
Yeah, but Johnny Cash did a really good version of Hurt by Nine Inch Nails. And I think I like that version better.
Well, people like Johnny Cash, obviously. Tom Jones did, With the Art of Noise, did Kiss by Prince.
Right. Yeah, but that one, I don't think I like that cover either. Like, Prince is Prince.
But a lot of times Prince, like Nothing Compares to You by Skinhead O'Connor, she did a better version than his version.
Right. Yeah, and she recorded her version first. Prince wrote it, so.
And then there's also like Bruce Springsteen, Manfred Mann, Earth Band, doing Blinded by the Light.
Springsteen did Blinded by the Light?
Oh, he did, yeah.
I have to look that version up.
Powerful.
I think Manfred Mann's probably better anyway, because that's the one I heard first.
Yes, I think it's the one that a lot of people heard first. He's around here in this great state of Minnesota on KQRS that they play that nonstop.
I used to intern there.
Wrapped up like a douche.
Oh, yeah. That was a good time. A year and a half of my life.
Powerful.
Yeah, it was sweet.
Grabbing cigarettes and coffee for the DJs.
Yeah, it was it's pretty awesome. When they went digital and they transferred everything over to their digital library and they went from CDs to that, Grand Funk Railroad was the first group to go digital on KQ, and I know this because I'm the one that put it in their library.
Whoa.
Yep. Some Kind of Wonderful and an American Band.
Yes.
Those were the first two in the library. And I know this because I did it.
Did they have tape carts? Were they gone or?
They used tape carts for their commercials.
They
and their
did.
ads. Everything else was CD by the time I got there. And then when I left, everything was getting transferred over to digital.
Powerful.
Yeah, it was sweet. It was actually pretty good. Some of them were on, we used some DAT too.
Yes.
So that was nice. They used to come, some of the DAT and some of the ads would come via satellite. So one of my jobs when I got there was to go to one of the other studios and pull all the satellite ads off of the satellite feed, throw them on DAT or throw them in the on a cart or throw them in the audio library, depending on what the customer paid for.
It's kind of funny because the audiophile nerds, they love the vinyl, and then there's little subsets of the nerds that they're only into reel-to-reel.
Yeah, that's old school reel-to-reel.
Yes.
I learned how to splice reel-to-reel.
Yes. Powerful splicing.
Yeah, tape and razor blades. It was crazy.
Yes. The different world.
Yeah, kids these days don't know.
Yes. They don't know the struggles of splicing reel-to-reel and not knowing what's on it.
Have you ever done reel-to-reel splicing? I've only met one other person that has that I didn't go to school with.
I'm going to say I did. There's no way. There's no way to prove it.
Yeah, there's not a lot of people that
see. The
that
beauty
do
of
it.
me is I know a little bit about everything, so I can lie really well. There's no way to prove it.
Nice. Are you lying
Yes.
about lying?
Yes.
Nice.
Yes. Isn't that powerful?
I love it.
Thank you, Mike Perez, for that powerful song of the day. Eric Burden and the Animals, Sky Pilot. Pilots in flight, afternoon delight, afternoon delight. Yes, powerful.
Rubbing sticks and stones.
Do you remember
together.
who did that song?
God, it was as soon as you asked me, it left my head. Starlight Music Band.
Wow, Starlight
Woo!
Vocal Band? Is it Vocal
Is
Band?
it vocal band or
It probably is,
it probably
but
is.
I could be lying.
You could be.
Now,
It's
it's the time of the show when we're going to get into the actual main topic. Thank you, everyone that waited, instead of just go, I can only listen 2 seconds. I have ADHD. If they don't get into the topic, I'm leaving.
Yeah. Screws up our algorithm. Stay longer than 5
Yeah,
minutes.
stay, leave reviews, buy our merch, get on top of your roof and just shout out that Amish Baby Machine Pop Culture Podcast is the most powerful podcast ever created. Today, the topic of the show is the mysterious L8. It's a ghost blimp. World War II. Take it away, Mike Rez.
All right. The Ghost Blimp, the L8, was an airship that took off on a mission in 1942. L8's two-man crew boarded the gondola shortly before takeoff. It was piloted by Lieutenant Ernest DeWitt Cody and Ensign Charles Ellis Adams. Both were Navy veterans. They were married, not to each other, with an exemplary service record. Cody, the senior aviator of the Airship Patrol Squadron 32, was a 1938 graduate of Annapolis. He is also remembered as a very taciturn by nature, not one to lose his head under pressure. In fact, his commanding officer considered him one of the most capable pilots and one of the most able officers under his command. Cody was a latecomer to lighter-than-air, or LTA, flight. He hadn't been designated a naval airship aviator until December 1941, only 27 years old when he arrived at Lafayette Field in February of 1942. He was a lieutenant junior grade at the time. He also sported a mustache, Dags, most likely to appear older.
Powerful.
Yeah, that's why I grow this beard.
Yes.
Although technically senior to his passenger, Cody was 11 years younger than Ensign Adams and significantly less experienced. In fact, the Blimp's pilot had only 756 hours of LTA flight time, while Adams had over 2,000 hours of flight hours. Actually, 2,281 to be precise. But the lieutenant did have one notable achievement under his belt. In 1942, he had flown the L8 to deliver precious cargo to the USS Hornet before the ship departed for Doolittle's air raid over Tokyo. Cody held the L8 steady over the carrier's bobbing flight deck while 300 pounds of spare parts were lowered for the B-25 bombers. Ensign Adams had 20 years in LTA flight craft. A veteran of the Navy's giant rigid airship program, he served aboard Los Angeles, ZR-3, the Akron, ZRS-4, and the Macon, ZRS-5. The 38-year-old crewman had even been decorated by the German government, Dags, forget this, helping rescue Hindenburg passengers after that airship caught fire and crashed.
Whoa.
Yeah, it's quite amazing that he was there for that part and was involved with this mysterious story. Although Adams was more experienced in airships than Cody, he'd only received his commission the day before their August 16th flight. In other words, he was making his first LTA patrol as an officer. Flight 101 was scheduled to fly to the Farallon Islands, 30 miles west of San Francisco. Then it was to head north to Point Reyes and south to Montara Beach before returning to Treasure Island, where it took off from. The patrol would take over 4 hours, with Lieutenant Cody and Ensign Adams expected to return to base sometime between 10 and 10:30 that morning. The flight started out routine in every way. The Airship Patrol Squadron 32 was the first LTA unit to be established on the West Coast after Japan's attack on Pearl Harbor. Originally part of Goodyear's fleet of advertising blimps, the L8 had been purchased by the Navy, shipped to Moffett Field, and assembled and commissioned on March 5th, 1942. The point of this mission was to search for Japanese submarines off the west coast of the United States. At 6:03 a.m., L8, or Love 8 as it was known, lifted off from Treasure Island with Cody at the controls. Winds were light, and it flew at a ceiling of 800 to 1,000 feet. L8's mission was to patrol within a 50-mile radius of San Francisco. Once Cody passed over the Golden Gate Bridge, he headed southwest toward the Farallon Islands. At 7:38 a.m., an hour and a half into the patrol, he radioed L8's position as 4 miles east of the Farallons. 4 minutes later, he sent a second message that they were investigating a suspicious oil slick and that they should stand by. Oil slick could indicate an enemy sub lurking below the waves, so it's not surprising that the L8 dropped 2 float lights, which were smoke bombs basically, marker flares if you will, at 7:42, and then began to search the area. When the Liberty ship Albert Galatian spotted the L8 smoke flares, its crew sounded the general alarm and manned its guns. Sailors from the nearby fishing trawler Daisy Gray worried that the blimp was about to depth charge an enemy sub, so they pulled in their nets. No bombs were dropped. Instead, the L8 circled the area for more than an hour. The blimp was close enough to the Daisy Gray that the trawler's first mate could make out 2 men in the gondola, one of them with dark hair. Though L8's identification had been removed from its outer envelope, it was still painted on the control cabin. The Daisy Gray's and the Galatian's crew watched through binoculars. The blimp circled at 200 to 300 feet, at one point descending to 30 feet above the waves, as if the crew wanted a closer look at something. Then shortly after 9 a.m., L8 dropped ballast, rose, and headed back toward San Francisco. Since blimps regularly patrolled the California coast, nobody thought L8's movements seemed unusual. The L8 broadcast its last message at 7:42 before circling the oil slick. After that, wing control tried to reestablish radio contact without success. Squadron headquarters was not told of L8's radio silence until 8:20, but it wasn't unusual for blimps to lose contact during patrol. The next indication of L8's whereabouts came at 10:49 when a Pan American Clipper pilot reported seeing the blimp over the Golden Gate Bridge. He spotted nothing wrong with the ship, which appeared to be under control, and headed back to base. At 11, one of the Kingfishers reported seeing the L8 3 miles west of Salada Beach, raising through the overcast at 2,000 feet. Nothing indicated that the L8 was not in control of the flight, but 2,000 feet was close to the blimp's pressure height, the altitude where its valves would automatically open and vent helium to prevent its gas cells from bursting. And next to sight the L8 was an Army P-38 pilot who spotted the blimp near Mile Rock. He noticed nothing amiss, assuming that it was headed to Treasure Island. A few minutes later, Richard Quam, an off-duty seaman heading for a day at the beach, was driving along the coastal highway between San Mateo and San Francisco when it spotted the L8 in the distance and noted that the blimp was bent in the middle. Approximately 11:15 a.m., 5 hours after L8 left Treasure Island, the blimp approached the shore at Ocean Beach in San Francisco, about a mile south of Fort Funston. The blimp touched down briefly on the beach, then moved inland until its gondola hit the side of a hill, packing the starboard engine with dirt and leaves and bending its propellers. The blow also knocked one of the depth charges loose, and it rolled downhill before coming to a stop. Suddenly free of 300 pounds, the L8 then rose, cleared an embankment, and disappeared from sight. Sunday morning, golfers at San Francisco's exclusive Olympic Club stopped to watch the blimp as it limped overhead. 17-year-old C.E. Taylor told the San Francisco Call Bulletin that he put his binoculars on it and could see figures inside the cabin. By the time thousands of people that were watching the blimp float inland, members of the Daly City Fire Department who were burning brush on a nearby hill gave chase, soon joined by local police, Good Samaritans, and what is described as a posse of looky-loos. At 11:38, L8 came to rest in the middle of Bellevue Avenue. The blimp's cabin actually nosed into a utility pole in front of home, breaking off the cross arm and forced the collision swung by the blimp's tail into the electrical wire, sending a shower of sparks to the ground. And fortunately, the fuel did not ignite. Firemen soon surrounded the blimp, slashing its envelope in an effort to free the crew they thought must be trapped inside. They saw no sign of Cody or Adams. As a precaution, authorities set up a perimeter around the crash site. The two naval officers vanished in one of the most heavily trafficked areas between San Francisco and the Farallon Islands. An inspection revealed that all three of L8's parachutes were still on board, along with its single life raft. Two of the blimp's 5 smoke bombs were missing, but those were accounted for because the crew had used them to mark the oil slick. A briefcase containing classified material was found left behind the pilot's seat. L8's engines were in perfect working order, the ignition switches were on, and the blimp's instruments and flight controls operated normally. They had 4 hours of gas remaining in the fuel tanks. So in other words, there was nothing wrong with the ship itself, Dags. The only thing that was amiss was that both crewmen were missing after authorities came to check out the crash site. The U.S. Navy immediately launched an extensive search for the 2 missing men. Air raid wardens and San Mateo County highway patrolmen spent the night combing the area where the L8 had drifted ashore for the next 3 days. They found no trace of either crewman.
So let's talk about this. When was the last sighting of the 2 pilot and co-pilot in the gondola?
That was over the oil slick, so that was about 7:49 a.m. or someone on one of the boats in that fishing boat said they were looking in their binoculars and saw two men in the gondola, and one had dark hair. So they were able to see actual details of the two men inside the gondola.
When it was over the ocean.
Yep.
So no one was spotted after they went back.
Some of the planes in the area said that they noticed some gentlemen in there. I don't think they said they could confirm that there were two guys in there. I think they said they thought they saw two guys in there, but they said the blimp was not acting erratic. It was acting as normal, up and down, just like it was on patrol.
When did they spot that it was bent?
That was at 10:49, just as it was going over the golf course. Then the golfers didn't
So
notice
was
that it
this
bent then.
after the impact with the cliff?
It was before the impact with the cliff.
So we do not know what damaged the blimp.
No, we are unaware of what damaged the blimp. Later on in the story, it does talk about that when they got to the crash site, the door of the cabin was open with its locking latch in the lock position. So it had somehow opened, but the latch was still locked. One of the things they think that may have happened when they went down to 30 feet to investigate the oil slick, or one of the engines was acting up. One of the men went out to try to either get a better look at the oil slick or try to see if they could repair the engine. And as they were doing that, fell out. And then the other gentleman inside the cabin thought maybe he could rescue the person who fell out pretty easy, and they ended up falling out as well, which would put a hole in the story of the fishing boat saying that they saw two crew members in the gondola as it raised back up.
Now, what are some theories of what happened to these two gentlemen?
One theory is that they got into a fight over a woman. One killed the other, threw them out, and then jumped out himself. Another theory, of course, it's 1942, so aliens. Of course, that one doesn't seem to hold water.
To me, that seems the most plausible. Aliens.
Yeah, and then, of course, the one we just talked about, the engine repair / getting a better look at the oil slick. There is one story. One of the witnesses thought they'd seen a parachute at one point, but that was quickly dismissed because there was no evidence of any parachute in the water. When they searched the water or the hillside or the cliffside, they would have found a parachute.
They were wearing life vests, correct?
They were wearing life vests. At the time, that was protocol. Anytime anyone was flying over in these airships over the water,
the water was calm and the weather was clear.
Yep.
So something's going on.
Something's going on.
Was this anywhere near the Bermuda Triangle?
Not close at all. But it could have been the West Coast parallelogram.
Yes.
Nobody talks about that.
Dodecahedron. Powerful. What do you think happened?
I'm thinking the checking out the oil slick and engine theory is probably the most plausible, where one of them leans out to take a look and falls out, and the other one tries to help and they fall out.
Now, wouldn't they radio? Wouldn't there be a mayday?
You would think with an engine, yes.
The last known transmission was, we see a suspicious oil slick, stand by, we're going to investigate.
Yep, that's pretty much what they said they were doing. They saw an oil slick, they were going to check it out, and that was it.
So something's going on.
Something is going on. I'm not quite sure what it is. It sounds really mysterious, like foul play would definitely, you would think, would come into play. Both men were married, though. I don't know, maybe one of them.
Yes,
slept with
because
the
married
other's
men
wife.
never have affairs.
Never.
No.
Never.
Something's going on. We have paranormal. I'm thinking Leviathan, Krakens.
You think the Kraken got him?
Yes, I'm thinking St. Elmo's fire.
Clash of the Titans type stuff?
Because they believe St. Elmo's fire had something to do with the Hindenburg disaster.
Interesting. And
Yes.
the one guy was there.
Yes.
At the Hindenburg disaster.
Powerful orbs, energy, Foo Fighters,
You think
Will-O the Wisp.
the Russian government had anything to do with it?
No.
Oh.
I'm going with paranormal, powerful. Yes, it's very scary. These two guys disappeared. I want to know what's going on.
What
They
about
had their life jackets on, life vests,
right?
but water was calm.
What about this theory? And this one I'm just thinking about this one. What if they were Japanese spies and the oil slick was from a sub that was going to pick them up?
Yes.
But
Interesting.
then that doesn't they would bring the classified briefcase with them though, wouldn't they?
Yeah, the briefcase, something's going on.
Yeah.
Interesting. Like if they fell over, if one guy would have fell over, you think it's calm water. I don't think he would have panicked. He would have first got on the radio and said, I'm going to hop in here. Or do you think he would have hopped in right away? I don't know what the procedure is.
Yeah, I don't know what it is either. Unless he was young, maybe the older one fell in and then the younger one was like, "Oh, I got this." I'm young and virile.
And you think the life vest would have been floating like if something happened to them like sharks.
Right. Did they have the I think they have them on on crab boats and stuff. You see when their suits, when they hit the water, they have that strobe that flashes. You think they had strobes back then?
They had some sort of device because what year was this?
42.
They had something obviously because ships were there was shipping planes. They
Right.
had some sort of distress. I don't know what it was off the top of my head, but something's going on in this mysterious blimp. And then I'm also concerned of the damage to the aircraft. You said was not from the cliff collision.
No, it was limping before it was bent. They say bent in half, like it was deflating.
And did both depth charges? One fell off and they found it, and was the other one
The other one was still
attached?
attached.
So
Yeah.
they didn't drop any depth charges.
No. And for the flock that don't know, and I just found out myself, depth charges only blow up under the pressure of water. So them falling off over land, there was no worry about them exploding.
Broken arrow. There's been a lot of stories of nukes falling off of planes.
Right.
Perhaps that could be another powerful episode of Broken Arrow.
Yeah. That was a good Christian Slater movie.
Yeah. Also, I mean, that's happened to you, right? Where like a beer fell off your 6-pack and rolled under the seat of the car.
Yeah.
That's like a broken
That's
arrow.
a broken arrow
It
situation
really is.
for sure. Yeah.
Yes.
Yep.
Broken arrow.
I make the car stop and I go get it.
Well, thank you for that powerful research on that powerful story of the L8, the ghost blimp mystery, the Zeppelin, dirigible, whatever you want to call it.
The dirigible.
You're showing me a powerful picture of your blimp. Whoa.
Yeah. I just found this
That's
picture.
bent.
It's bent.
Your blimp is bent.
Yeah. You think I should see a doctor?
No, only if it's bent for more than 4 hours. I'm going to need you to send me that picture too.
Look at that girth.
Yes. I'm going to make a powerful thumbnail, and you're going to need to enjoy it on our YouTube channel, Amish Baby Machine, the most powerful YouTube channel ever created. Thank you for listening to this powerful episode. We just ask you one thing. Please tell a friend, tell a family member about this powerful podcast. And until next time, you've just enjoyed the Amish Baby Machine Pop Culture Podcast.
Thank you for listening to the Amish Baby Machine Pop Culture Podcast. It is available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, and everywhere else fine podcasts are found. Please support our podcast through Patreon and shop our merch at AmishBabyMachine.com. Follow us on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. This has been an Amish Baby Machine production.